Hi everyone. Till now, in model modules of LangChain, we covered LLM models, which are LLM and chat model, and also we covered what is prompt and how to use it. Now we are going to see what are output parsers. So first thing is that why we need output parser. So by default, when we ask something to LLM, it returns data in natural language. And if we want that data to send, suppose over REST API to front end, then we need to serialize that data either to JSON format or some other format. For that purpose, we need output parsers. So language model outputs text. Many times you might need structured data. That's why we need output parser. And to implement output parsers in LangChain, we need to use these two methods. First one is get format instructions, and this method contains some instructions which we can attach to a prompt so that our LLM returns more structured data, and then this pass is used to pass that data to more usable form. And here we have 7 output parsers. We will see today list parser, and in later videos we will also see pydantic parser. But for now, let's get started with this list parser. Here in code, I have this OpenAI LLM and this prompt template which asks to list 5 chocolates. Now, suppose I want this list to I want to iterate over this list and print one by one. Then I can't do, because if I run this program, then I will get the output in this format. It's looking good, but this format is not in a list, so we can't iterate or we can't use it directly. One thing we can do is that we can optimize our prompt template a little bit more. Like instead of saying list 5 chocolate ice cream, I can say give comma separated value for 5 chocolate ice cream. Now if I run this time it gave correct output, but still it's in raw string, and we still need to do operations over it to we need to split it, and then we can convert it into list, and then we can iterate over it. So if we use output parser, then this task can be simplified. So from LangChain, I will import comma from LangChain dot output parsers. I will import comma separated list output parsers. Then I will create instance of this comma separated list output parser. Parser equals to comma separated list output parser. Now, as per documentation, first I need to get instructions from this output parser. So I will create one variable. It could be anything. Formatted instruction format instructions equals to output parser dot get format instructions. So when I call this method, then it will provide some instructions which we can append in our prompt template. So let's console log and see what is the content of this format instructions. Format instructions. Now if I run, so this format instructions which came from output parser, which came from comma separated list output parser, it contains your response should be list of comma separated values. this. So basically it's same thing. It's once we attach it to our template, it's helping our template, helping us to optimize our template for this output format. So I will make my template same as earlier, list 5 ice creams, and at the end I will append format instructions. Format instructions. So what will happen? Now it's list 5 chocolate ice creams, and your response should be in this format. Now, since I had added this here, I need to add it in my variables. Now I can add it in input variable, but we have one more type of variables called partial variables equals to in partial variable we can store those variable for which data is already available. So in case of object, this object data is not available while the creation of this prompt template. It became available later at line number 18, but this format instruction is already available. So we can create one key value pair, and the thing to notice is that input variables accept list and partial variable accept dictionary. So I will just create one key as format instruction and value as format instructions. Now I can print query and see if it's working. Just remove this line. Yeah. So now our query is list 5 chocolate ice cream, and this instruction got appended at the end of query. Now we can run LLM with this query and see the output. I will comment out this query and run it. So this is what we got. This output is similar to what output we got when I added here, give me list of comma separated values. This is same thing. Basically, this format instruction optimized our query or prompt. Now we need to pass this data. For that, we can use passed data equals to output parser dot parse, and then here we can pass our result. I will comment out this line and then print passed data. Now this data will be printed in form of list, and now we can iterate over this list, and yeah, so it's a proper list, and I can iterate over it and print one element one by one, or I can access any element from anywhere. The idea in this form, if I want, I can't access. Like I want second element, this double chocolate, I can't access it, but now I can access it. So this is what list parser is. Now there is another commonly used parser which is called parentic parser, and it's used to get data in form of JSON like this. So we will see this in later videos.